Have you ever acted in ways that control, undermine, or hurt your partner, such as making them feel fearful, guilty, or worthless? Or perhaps in a moment of anger, you have lashed out at your partner and said things that you didn't mean, scared them, or intimidated them in some way. If so, you're not alone. Many people unknowingly act in emotionally abusive ways, often without even knowing it. Often this is driven by unresolved anger, past trauma, or simply not understanding the impact of their actions. But make no mistake, emotionally abusive actions, intentional or not, will leave deep, lasting scars on those you care about the most, often creating a cycle of pain and broken relationships. In this episode of the Anger Secrets podcast, we'll dive into the topic of emotional abuse. Together, we'll explore what it is, how to recognize it, and most importantly, how to break free from emotional abuse. By the end of this episode, you'll have a clearer understanding of how to end emotionally abusive behaviors and develop calmer, healthier, and more respectful relationships. Hello and welcome to episode 109 of the Anger Secrets podcast. I'm Alastair Duhs, and over the last 30 years, I've taught over 15,000 men and women how to control their anger, master their emotions, and create calmer, happier, and more respectful relationships. Here I share the same powerful tools and techniques that have transformed my clients' lives. For free support on your anger management journey, including a free training and the opportunity to book a free 30-minute anger assessment call with me, visit my website, angersecrets.com. I'd be honored to support you in taking control of your anger once and for all. Now, let's jump into today's episode, Breaking Free from Emotional Abuse. Let's begin by understanding precisely what emotional abuse is. At its core, emotional abuse is any behavior that controls, manipulates, or harms another person's emotional well-being, whether this is intentional or not. In relationships, emotional abuse can show up in various ways. It includes verbal insults, threats, excessive criticism, belittling, gaslighting, using silent treatment, isolating someone from their friends or family, controlling your partner's behavior or decisions, and also other actions such as constantly checking your partner's phone, dictating what they can wear or who they can talk to, or making them feel guilty for spending time with friends or family. Although it doesn't necessarily involve physical violence, emotional abuse can be just as damaging or more damaging than acts of physical abuse. People who experience emotional abuse often struggle with fear, low self-esteem, anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder, and other mental health issues. So now that you understand what emotional abuse is and its impact, how do you recognize if you are engaging in emotionally abusive actions, and what can you do to stop them? When I work with clients on the issue of emotional abuse, I often discuss 5 essential steps to recognize and break free from emotional abuse. These steps are: Step 1 is to practice self-awareness. The first step in changing any harmful behavior is to become aware of this behavior. If you are engaging in emotionally abusive actions, especially when you are angry, you must recognize this. To become more aware of when you act in these ways, start by noticing exactly how you act when you feel angry. Do you belittle or criticize your partner? Do you use threats or silent treatment to try and control them? Do you become physically or emotionally aggressive? If so, you are acting in emotionally abusive ways. Step 2 is to take responsibility. The second step to breaking free from emotional abuse is to take responsibility for your emotionally abusive actions. This means acknowledging that you've acted in this way and acknowledging the harm you have likely caused your partner. It also means taking ownership of your actions and not blaming others for how you act. Taking responsibility for your emotionally abusive actions is a brave step, and amongst many other things, shows that you are committed to creating a healthier relationship in the future. Step 3 is to face up to the effects of emotional abuse. The third step to breaking free from emotional abuse is to face up to the effects of your emotionally abusive actions. Emotional abuse rarely happens in isolation. In most relationships, it's common for one type of emotional abuse to lead to others. For example, criticism may eventually escalate into insults, silent treatment, or even manipulation or gaslighting. To understand the impact of these behaviors, I ask my clients to imagine how it would feel if they were on the receiving ends of these types of emotional abuse, especially over an extended period. Almost universally, my clients tell me that it would feel awful and say that they would feel fearful, ashamed, hurt, let down, humiliated, embarrassed, powerless, despairing, small, or even depressed. It is easy to dismiss single acts of emotional abuse as no big deal. But over time, these behaviors add up, leaving the person subjected to them feeling defeated and emotionally worn down. Step 4, consider the impact of your actions on your children. For many people, the fourth step to breaking free from emotional abuse is to consider the effects of this abuse on their children. Even when the acts of emotional abuse aren't directed directly at them, children living in abusive environments absorb the fear, tension, and confusion that come with this abuse. For example, imagine a child living in a home filled with anger, manipulation, or control. They don't understand why these things are happening, and they often don't know who to turn to for help. The effects of just witnessing these types of abuse can last a lifetime, influencing the children's emotional health well into adulthood. If you've experienced emotional abuse as a child, you know the lasting impact it can have. It's essential not to carry this intergenerational cycle of abuse on and to seek professional help to create a safer, healthier, and more predictable environment for your family. Step 5 is to make a commitment to change. The final step to breaking free from emotional abuse is to commit to making a change. This means identifying the triggers for your behavior and choosing healthier, more constructive ways to express your emotions. You are likely to need the support of a professional, but the good news is that change is possible. With a commitment to self-awareness, emotional responsibility, and seeking support if needed, you can break free from the damaging cycle of emotional abuse and build a relationship based on respect, care, and understanding. If you would like guidance on this journey to break free from the use of emotional abuse, I can help. I offer a very comprehensive coaching program for those looking to break free from emotional abuse. Check out my website, angersecrets.com, for more details, and don't hesitate to reach out if you have questions or concerns. I'd love to help you on your journey towards calmer, healthier, and happier relationships. Remember too that emotional abuse is a serious issue that can have long-lasting effects on both the victim and the perpetrator. By recognizing your emotional abusive actions and taking the necessary steps to change them, you not only improve your well-being, but also create a safer and healthier environment for those around you. It is a brave step to seek help and guidance in this journey. Whether it's through therapy, counseling, or coaching programs, such as the one I offer, support is available for people in your situation. Don't hesitate to reach out and access this support. You will not regret it. Okay, thank you for tuning into today's episode on breaking free from emotional abuse. I hope this episode has provided motivation to make meaningful changes in your life. Note too that if this topic has stirred up any difficult feelings for you, please don't hesitate to reach out for help, either to me or to a local mental health professional. And remember, for free support on your anger management journey, including a free training or a free 30-minute anger assessment call with me, visit angersecrets.com. I'd be honored to help you take control of your anger once and for all. Finally, remember, you can't control others, but you can control yourself. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.
The Anger Secrets podcast is for general informational purposes only, and does not constitute the practice of counseling, psychotherapy, or any other professional health service. No therapeutic relationship is implied or created by this podcast. If you have mental health concerns of any type, please seek out the help of a local mental health professional.